Well, it's it's a foregone conclusion that I'm extremely sex positive, which is to say, I've never brought it up before. Is it's like overstating the obvious, the overtly obvious. But that's just it. In polite company, we can never truly engage in open dialogue about money, sex, politics, religion. So it's right. I'll focus and stay on this topic. Well, ironically, and I mean this with complete awareness of my coping mechanisms, which I just rattled through so many at once in the last 20 minutes times four, it's related to, and forgive me, but well, if I never told you before, it's because I wasn't the sort of guy who could say the word sexual without blushing. Well, I can now. Sexual, sensual, sexy, sex, sex, sex. Well, that was an awakening of a sorts. Not like the first or only, just one of the many that brought me to understand the pure joy that being alive and exploring my sexuality could be a good thing out of the many not so good to bad to horrible to awful to tragic and back to good things. And of course, I had struggles and a journey along the way, but sex, it's become one of the shining beacons on a hill that allows me to express who I am, what I am, in whatever capacity I want to or not want to. I feel most limitless and free when I'm engaged in my sexuality, and I can never wash the perma smile from my face when I think about it. Yeah, I listen. I have my share of one-on-ones and menage in certain numbers here, but on the whole, and especially now at this stage in life, it's become a beautiful place to be myself the most thoroughly. And I know I'm not defined by it or even a fraction of it by any means, but it's nice to know I have a safe space like this to explore with whomever I want and continue to learn about myself finally in a happy place. Wow, I could write a poem with this. I think of it as like if I can just keep this one aspect going well and find joy and solace, then I can at least start to mitigate the other challenges and stressors and whatever else life slings, no, hurdles at me. Of them. No, that's a whole other long, speaking of challengers and stressors topic. I know. I wish I could be as open about who I am and my lived experience, least of which is actually sex. But that's just it. We have zero tools to navigate that conversation or the other topics I mentioned to even remotely achieve a semblance of a calm adult conversation with all parties actively listening with complete open abandon and curiosity, wanting nothing more than to learn and grow as people you're related to. It seems like such a lofty goal at this point, I wouldn't even know where to begin. And I've grown tired of having to be the instigator of those conversations when what I just said is not laid out openly and organically, allowing for a safe space to have said conversations. It's a non start. Yeah, so what? Say something like, let's talk about sex, baby. Right. But would they ever truly stay open and listen? Yeah. But there's the rub. No pun intended. Or was it?